Hi everybody. Obama plans to attack the First Amendment if re-elected. Says Obama's chief political strategist, David, announced earlier this week, I can't pronounce his last name, that the administration will push for a constitutional amendment to roll back free speech if his boss is re-elected in November. Quote, "When we win, we will use whatever tools out there, including the constitutional amendment, to turn this back," Axelrod said on Wednesday. "I understand the free speech argument, but when the Koch brothers can spend $400 million more than the McCain campaign and the Republican Party spent last time, that's very concerning. This has never been done before in 235 years to make it possible for the government to control political speech in this country. A truly radical, astonishing thing to say out loud, even if you believed it," remarked Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell on Thursday. Quote, "America was built on free speech, the most important part of the Bill of Rights, and so we need to defend speech we don't like, and we certainly want to fight against those who are trying to shut us up," he said. McConnell accused the Obama administration of using the Federal Election Commission, the Federal Communications Commission, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the Internal Revenue Service to muzzle its critics. He added that the tactic is reminiscent of Nixon's enemies list in the 1970s. White House counsel John Dean said Nixon wanted to use the available free federal machinery to screw our political enemies. In April, Roy Cooper wrote about Obama's Truth Team campaign website. He noted subtle differences between Obama's and Nixon's enemy list. President Nixon kept his secret and allegedly used the force of the government to punish adversaries. President Obama's list is open and designed to elicit public scorn, shame, and rebuke. There is no current evidence the president has manipulated the federal machinery punitively, but the message remains clear. If you support a philosophical adversary, you will face some retribution. Cooper penned his commentary following remarks made by House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, and House Democrats have proposed a three-tier plan to ram through Congress what is known as the Disclose Act. It would restrict the political speech of covered organizations, including most television and radio networks, newspapers, publishing houses, and think tanks. Axelrod's remarks about the First Amendment reveal that the so-called Team Obama approach to silencing the political opposition is not particularly effective. It also reveals a brazen contempt for the Bill of Rights. In its Citizens United versus FEC, or BFEC, the court said the First Amendment applies to all entities, including corporations. The court has recognized that First Amendment protection extends to corporations. This protection has been extended by explicit holdings to the context of the political speech. Under the rationale of these proceedings, political speech does not lose First Amendment protection simply because its source is a corporation. The court has thus rejected the argument that political speech of corporations or other associations should be treated differently under the First Amendment, simply because such associations are not natural persons. Obama and Axelrod may disagree with the concept of corporate personhood, but the issue has far larger implications than simply preventing the dreaded Koch brothers from spending a small portion of their billions for the purpose of political speech. If Obama manages to amend the Constitution, a remote possibility at best, restrictions on free speech will undoubtedly be used against opponents outside the political establishment. Axelrod's comments underscore a deep-seated hostility toward the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. As McConnell noted, not that Republicans are exactly champions of liberty. Obama and the Democrats apparently hate that the First Amendment prohibits the government from infringing upon the freedom of speech, the freedom of association, and the freedom to petition the government for a redress of grievances. The Declaration of Independence recognizes all three freedoms as inherent in our humanity. Axelrod's comments reveal Obama, who we are told is a constitutional scholar, does not agree. So that shows you, folks, that Obama is trying everything he can to attack the First Amendment. Now, I'm sure you all heard that there's a bill that was passed basically that suppresses people from protesting near politicians who have Secret Service agents around. So if you come anywhere near them, even if you don't know that they're around, you could get arrested by the police for protesting against politicians, whether that's for your politicians or against them. It doesn't really matter. But let me show you some other articles here. Here's this one. It's official. Presidency now a dictatorship. And then we got this article. Alright, Obama war machine announces invasion of Syria. And here's my article that I posted back in March 18th, which it's starting to get a little bit more views than usual because people are realizing that Obama is basically deceiving the American people. Right? It's happening more and more. People are waking up every single day. They're realizing this man is not trying to fix the economy. He's not trying to fix or restore the Constitution. He's not trying to restore our freedoms and liberties. He's trying to take them away. On top of all that, he's already starting to put more drones in the sky. You know, he's already trying to start a war with Syria. He has all these other wars going on. He wants to start a war with Africa. He's already has plans to send more troops to Africa next year. That's if he's still president next year. And he has all these different plans for everybody in this country, and we need to impeach him. I know a lot of you out there said, well, we should arrest him. Yeah, we should do that as well. Arrest him and impeach him. Alright, we got to do both. We got to do something, folks, because this guy's out of control. He's trying to do everything he can to gain more power over the Constitution. He's basically stomping on the Constitution, ripping it apart, burning it. You know, it's probably smoking it. Who knows what else he's doing with the Constitution? I mean, I don't know what's wrong with people out there, folks. I just don't know what's going through the heads of so many Obama supporters. You know, I was an Obama supporter back in 2008. Actually, I was kind of on the fence of Ron Paul and Obama at the time. And, you know, I look back at myself, I said, what the hell were you thinking? Alright, you should have known that politicians, alright, are going to do the exact same thing when they get into office. They're going to continue on with the same system. They're going to continue on destroying the Constitution. They're going to continue on just taking more money in for themselves and screwing everybody else. And they're going to continue to lie to the public. And that's what politicians do. Right? I can't really call Ron Paul a politician. He's more of a public servant. He's a champion of the people. And that's a bit different than a politician. Because a politician does not tell the truth. Right? If you got that label. And then again, a lot of you out there understand this. You know how the government works. But so many millions of other people out there, alright, supporters of Barack Obama, is not paying attention, does not research, do not educate themselves. I mean, I have this article filled out right here. Alright, plenty of videos to watch, the Obama deception, the fall of the Republic. I got all this information right here at your fingertips. Alright, this is what he has done so far. Alright, he's done a lot more than this, of course. He signed the National Defense Authorization Act into law. He signed the trespass bill. That's the one I was talking about earlier. He's extended the Patriot Act, expanded the TSA onto road checkpoints, football stadiums, and shopping malls. He's extended the war in Afghanistan. He's went to war in Libya in 2011. He's increased the use of drones in the U.S. and issued Executive Order National Defense Resources Preparedness. So he's doing all these different things to basically screw the people that live in this country. But yet so many of us right now are allowing him to grab more power and grab more control of all of us that's living in this country. Of course, he has his bosses above him. Right? He has the big bankers, the Federal Reserve, the military-industrial complex, that are above him. They're basically giving him orders, but he's trying his best to gain as much power as he possibly can. So that shows you what he's doing. Now here's Impeach Obama 2012. This is the video uploaded on the Alex Jones channel. Here's the documentary film Obama, the Man Who Fooled the World. And of course here's Roney 2012. And I posted the article down here from the InfoWars, the one I was just showing you earlier. But I think what we need to do is continue to expose him for who he really is, and keep telling the public, or showing the public, that he's not in the best interest of the people. He's basically an enemy of the state. He is enemy of the republic, and we need to take him out, not by assassination, but I would say arrest him forcefully, all right, and then impeach him. All right. So everybody out there, have a great weekend and take care.